quick video showing you that you can do custom lighting for your houses. This takes an incandescent bulb. It's the Curdling Screams, Frosty's ice cream shop. What it do? It came out in 2012, according to the bottom. Anyhow, if you ever had those LED flashlights, you get them for free sometimes at Harbor Freight, the coupon or what have you. You drop them and they never work again. Well, these LED discs, which is the front of the flashlight, actually fit pretty good inside the hole, as you can see. You'd have to hot glue it in so it actually stays, but it fits relatively flush. You cannot stick it with the dome side out. It's bigger than the hole. The lip actually holds it in. Anyhow, I went on Wish a year ago and bought these lawn twinklers. They're little lights that you flip the little lever on and it just changes colors. And this is red, green, blue. But it does get pink and yellow because of the way it flashes. Anyway, you're supposed to turn these things on or throw them on the floor and throw them out into your grass at night. I guess if you're having a party or something. Anyhow, they're kind of cheesy. They're like $3 or $4. They come apart real easy. You just pop them open, and they run on these little like hearing aid size batteries. Yeah, pretty durable too. They're not waterproof, so if you have a sprinkler system, you're gonna fry them. Anyhow, I took some apart and I soldered them together. And we'll try and get it up here so you can kind of see the solder as best as possible. It's hard to see. Anyhow, the outer ring is all, you can kind of see the copper wire is positive, and the inner ring negative. So I have a total of 7 of them to match the 7 holes in this disc. Give it 3 volts power, it's going to overpower the camera a little bit. Now they flash in sequence at first, but then they will start changing patterns randomly. You can take this disc, slide it back over. Here's where you would want to hot glue it in. Hot glue it into your house. And then you could have a random lighting display. I decided to go with the random rotating lights because it's a ice cream shop geared towards kids, flashing lights, changing colors, give you that happy effect. Lure you in before you become the flavor of the day. This same principle can be done with any LED, technically. You just need to put resistors on it to allow it to not overpower the LED from your power supply. This runs at 3 volts. And if you know, Lemax has the 3 volt power supplies. So I will take the wires, I will just run them down the back to here, and I'll hot glue on a 3.5 millimeter jack. Most people know them as headphone jacks. One of those. And this is I just use for testing when I need to test a Lemax piece or a Department 56 piece that uses the 3.5. Then I have a 3.5 to 2.5 adapter to plug into mostly Department 56 because they use the smaller size. And then I can just take these 2 leads, stick them on my bench power supply, and adjust the voltage as necessary. A lot of Department 56 runs at 2.5 to 2.7. Generally 3 volts won't hurt it, but if I need to vary the voltage, I'll vary the voltage. But you can do this with all one color, different colors. If you get red, green, blue, it's going to project white, just so you're aware. Flicker candle type lights will give you a big bright flicker that will vary because no 2 LEDs flicker at the same pattern. Might be hard to tell, but they're rotating back and forth, and it gives you a nice random lighting display. But the big part of this takeaway is if you get those cheap flashlights, especially the ones that have 7 LEDs, and it breaks, you can take the diffuser out, or excuse me, the reflector. Excuse me, it's the reflector. The diffuser is the glass piece on the front, or plastic. They are the standard size for both the Parma 56 and Lemax to fit in the hole. The 6 LED ones will actually fall through in most cases. So, it's not a very in-depth video. It doesn't show you how to do all the work. I apologize. I was just testing this to see how it would work and how it would look. But I just soldered all the positives together, all the negatives together, ran 2 wires, and then I'm going to stick it into a jack, which I believe I have one lying around here on the bench somewhere. I could be wrong. The jacks I usually just get out of old electronics. Let's see. I don't think I have one lying out at the moment. I have to dig it out. But I take old electronics, old circuit boards, and desolder the jacks. And that way I can just recycle versus keep buying brand new. If you don't have any 3.5mm female jacks or 2.5mm female jacks, such as this 6-volt one from Lemax, you might recognize the drum that spins, which isn't on here. You can get them on Amazon. You can also get them on eBay, Alibaba, just a general Google search. They're everywhere. So, and if you want, because I thought about it myself, is just taking this and sticking it back into the flashlight. It's a 4.5-volt flashlight. You put a resistor on it for the 3-volt power, and then you could have yourself a very, very weird flashlight. Really screw people up, like, hey, grab a flashlight, let's look for something. And then you're doing this, trying to find your stuff. Kind of like a disco. You can use this for other things too. Yeah, you want a disco light. There you go. It's a miniature one. You can have a disco party for your Barbie dolls. So, anyhow, just a little quick tip. Solder some lights. Do the correct resistance if necessary. These bad boys actually run at up to 4 volts, so I'm not going to put a resistor on them because the power supply only puts out a hair over 3. And they're all in parallel. If you put them in series, you have to bump the voltage up to compensate for the 2 together, or 3 or 4. But the biggest takeaway, the standard diffuser fits inside most porcelain houses, or resin of the modern ones. So, alright, have a good one. Thanks for watching. I'm sure you'll see more custom lighting in the future, but this is just something you can do with some cheap lights that came off of Wish. As it. They're called Garden Twinkle lights, at least that they were called in the little package when I got them. There was like 50 of them, and it was, I think, $5 delivered. Of course, it took about 4 months, but I got them. About half of them didn't work because the batteries were dead, or they were leaking because, I guess 4 months sitting on a boat coming across the ocean wasn't the best for them. But you can buy these in large quantities on eBay and Amazon. I found that the large quantities of LEDs on eBay are cheaper than Amazon when you buy them in loose packages. And then make your own custom lighting. Like I said, future videos I'll probably have more in-depth versions of how to make something like this. This was just quick to show you. It was a proof of concept. I wanted to test it and see if I could make it work and how it would look. I actually enjoy the way it looks, and I think it fits perfectly for the Frosty ice cream shop, which you shall see in a video in the future when the Lemax or Spooky Room is complete. Working on it every day, so hopefully by the end of the year, which is only less than 4 weeks, you can see what I have for display, and you can see some of the houses as you see the camera pan with the custom lighting such as this. Alright, until next time, have a good one.